future on the table, some cornbread in the oven after Sunday church. Something about my daddy saying grace in my grandpa's place. He always put Jesus first. Something about a potluck dinner and calling dinner supper and opening a lady's door. Something about coming back here with you that makes me love all of this even more. Something about my hometown, 20 off the highway. Mama's waiting for us on a launcher in the driveway. I know every road, tripping over work boots, coming through the back porch. Everything that made me's on the other side of that door. If you wanna know who I am, just come on in, just come on in. There's just to prove I was right. I was young and I was stupid, didn't know what I was doing, but I know what I would do if you had met me now. I'd be on the highway with you, saying what I meant to. I never let you down. I'd be holding on to what we had instead of wanting it back. If I could find a way to rearrange the time somehow. If you would let me now, if you would let me now.
Look at you guys. I can see and I can hear you. What about you guys?
That wasn't too bad. Hey, I like your sign back there.
Oh, the Track45 one? Nice. Yeah, man. It's a rare find. It's like, listen, it's like up and coming stars, man. You better get in while they're hot, you know, that kind of thing. So look at you guys. This is exciting. Ben, KK, Jenna.
Yeah.
Absolutely, guys. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. TGIF, huh?
Yeah, definitely. So, you know, obviously, you know, we're sitting here today with Ben, KK, and Jenna, one of the buzziest bands right now here in Music City. So much to talk about, you guys. I mean, your music is so great. If this is your first EP, guys, by the way, I can't even imagine what you guys have in the oven. I mean, I can't.
Well, thanks.
Absolutely.
You're going to find out soon.
Yeah.
Right, listen, can't wait. But
Coming soon.
But you know, before we get started, guys, just want to take a second and give you my condolences, right, for the passing of your grandmother.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Obviously, she was a very big beacon for your lives. Jenna, why don't you, you know, tell us a little second about your grandma and what you guys will take from her as your career continues to blossom?
Yeah. Well, she was one of those people that her presence just was very calming when she walked in the room. You know, she just had a way of just encouraging and listening. She was always a listening ear and always made time for people, which is in this day and age is kind of rare. You know, people are always moving from one thing to the next so quickly and have an agenda. And, you know, we know how that is too, but she always would take the time to just listen and talk to you. And that's something I think we'll take with us, to have time for other people and hear their story and what they have to say.
Nice, like those old school values, right? Like she was probably really
Yes.
rich inside and fulfilled and all that good stuff.
She was, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
That's
Amazing.
great.
Yeah.
Great to
Yeah.
hear. Well, I'm sure she's gonna be looking over you guys, but yeah,
100%.
absolutely. So KK, you guys are doing a lot of press, right? Everyone loves talking to you guys now. Is it fun seeing like your life vocation like start to reach like all these different channels?
Oh yeah. I mean, this is kind of what we've been dreaming of our whole life, is to get for other people to be interested in our music and getting to talk about it and getting to play it. We're on radio tour right now virtually, so we're getting to play our music with a live band 5 times a day, which is it's honestly, we're living our dream and we couldn't be happier or feel more blessed to be doing it. So yeah.
Amazing. That's cool. You know what I was thinking, Ben? I mean, people say Track45, it came out of nowhere, right? Like, oh, the fresh new band is like the thing. But people don't know that like you guys have literally been working your tails off your entire life, right? Like, I mean, you guys were playing jambalaya at like 6 years old.
So true.
Like the hard work has been with you guys since the very beginning, right, Ben?
100%. Yeah, it's a 20-year overnight success. So yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, you know, we would do this for free. We'd play it on the streets. But it is very, you know, it's a good feeling when people are catching on to it and when people are sending us good vibes back that we're trying to put out there. So yeah, it definitely, you get out of it what you put into it, and we put in a lot of hard work. So we're really, really happy and excited.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing. You guys, honestly, you guys are not only talented and charismatic and cool, but like you guys are like motivational speakers, guys. I feel like you know you could like you're like
Oh,
Oprah, a little
no.
bit of Oprah, like the whole thing, guys. It's amazing.
I don't know about
You get a
that.
car. You get a car.
Yeah.
I would love to be able
Yeah.
to do that.
You might be the first person that's told us that.
Yeah. Hey,
Thank you.
we'll put that on our website.
I love it. I love it, guys. Jenna, it's almost like a good thing. I mean, talking about what Ben was saying, that you guys had to work so hard to be where you are. Like basically, you have a sense of appreciation for it, and yet you're still young and so much ahead. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like you got discovered at like 11 and went from like 0 to 100.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Anybody,
No, yeah.
anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we have to figure out who's
Yeah,
talking.
we all start talking at the same time. But yeah.
Jenna, KK, you guys are all interesting.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's you know, it's one of those things where on the outside it could look like it happens very quickly, but it doesn't ever happen like that. Even for overnight successes, seemingly, even for the
Yeah.
11-year-olds out there, there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes
Yeah.
that people don't know. But yeah, we don't try to worry about the timing of stuff. We just try to enjoy what we do and live every day to the fullest. And
Enjoy the
that's our
journey.
motivational
Yeah.
speech right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, when we moved to Nashville, we worked multiple jobs. You know, everything from nannying to teaching music lessons to
Tennis lessons.
Yeah,
swimming
I mean,
lessons.
we did all this stuff to make our dream a reality and to get to do what we love. And so it's really cool. Just now getting to have people respond to that is really cool.
It's huge. Yeah.
Yeah. Keeps you guys grounded. I love it. I love it. You know, I love that you guys like, okay, I love that you guys are siblings, obviously. I mean, it's so interesting in a way that the chemistry you guys have, like, that's what I wanted to tell you guys. I mean, because there's bands like Oasis or the Black Crowes, they're brilliant together and they hate each other's guts. Like they can't stand each other. I want to shake them and go like, you guys make beautiful music together. Okay, so like maybe stay apart from each other for like a little bit while you're not on tour, but like why can't you just get along? You know, it just seems crazy to me.
Yeah,
KK,
I mean,
why do you think it's so hard, KK, for so many siblings to like get along, and what keeps you guys like?
well, here's the thing: when we moved to Nashville, we all lived in a tiny apartment together, and you know, if we always joke, we're like, if we were ever going to break up, we would have done it by now because we spend so much time with each other, and you know, we really do. The good thing about being siblings and you know doing life together and music together is that we really know how to work through things. We're very honest with each other, and you know, we like to say we have aggressive negotiations sometimes because we're all very passionate and opinionated, but we love each other and we're best friends at the end of the day. So yeah, it's getting to do what we love with the people we love the most is pretty cool.
I mean, it's super awesome, Ben. I mean, isn't it, Ben, amazing that the three of you came from like, you know, the same family and you have each other and you decided to pursue the same passion? That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, what are the odds, right?
I know,
don't
it is crazy because we all started, you know, playing piano and then started playing different instruments and just being in the same house. We were like, you know, we can play these instruments together and, you know, do so.
What would y'all be if you weren't in music? That's a good question.
There you go,
Oh.
Ben. Turn the table.
Oh,
Now
Because
you're
I know, because until I was 16, I wanted to be a professional baseball player. And then I
Nice.
realized I was not good enough to be a professional baseball player. So then that's when I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do music. What about you?
I mean, I've always loved theater and acting, which is still kind of in the entertainment industry, but I would probably be pursuing that. The only thing harder than trying to be a musician is like, I want to be an actress.
Yeah,
Even-
they're both pretty hard.
both pretty small chances, but
Man, it's hard to imagine not doing music because it's just the best. But I always loved working with kids with special needs. I taught tennis lessons and swimming lessons. And so my degree is actually exercise science. So maybe something with that,
Yeah.
something with exercise.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Well, look, this is what's gonna happen, guys. I'm calling it to the universe. You guys are gonna sing the anthem at like a World Series and check for Ben. You guys are gonna sing the anthem at like the US Open, check for Jenna, and KK is gonna be like this crossover star. Like, I don't know, you know what I
Hey,
mean?
I love that.
And
I
like
love
do the
that.
Hey,
whole
We'll
thing.
take that.
Put
Yeah,
that out in the
got any
universe.
movie
Absolutely.
roles for me? I'll try to make it work.
Listen, it will all happen, KK. It's amazing. Were you guys homeschooled or did you guys go to normal school up in down in Meridian?
Yeah, we were all homeschooled together, so I guess that probably plays a part in how close we were because we were always hanging out and doing school together, and yeah.
Yeah.
We were able to travel and play a lot of shows since we
love
were
it.
Yeah.
homeschooled.
Yeah.
You know, I always think it's such an interesting thing, the homeschooling thing. You know, part of me thinks it's the greatest thing because, you know, you can find your own path without like so much structure in a way. But the other
Mhm.
thing is like, oh, maybe you need to be with kids all the time. Like, where does that land with you guys, like the homeschooling?
Yeah.
I think it's not for everyone,
Exactly.
probably not for many people should be homeschooled. But for those that have the structure around them, our parents were very intentional about making sure we were involved in lots of, we were doing baseball games, we were doing tennis,
Theater.
swimming, theater, like we were
Horseback riding.
yeah, we worked at a horse farm, KK had a farm. I mean, it was like all this stuff.
I worked on a farm. I didn't
Worked on a farm, sorry. But yeah, the social aspect was never a negative for us because we probably socialized as much as anybody could possibly socialize.
Yeah.
But you have to be very
Probably more.
self-motivated. What'd you say?
No, that in a way, probably more. You guys were probably more.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, maybe
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
And there was more time, honestly. Yeah, you're right, because we could finish our work very
Way
quickly.
quicker, yeah.
We finished our whole schoolwork in like 2 hours every day. So we'd have the rest of the day to focus on, practicing instruments, writing songs, going and hang out with friends or whatever, all the different things we do. But, it definitely takes a certain type of family and
Our mom,
situation.
was a teacher and and was very able to give us that experience in our schooling. So it was good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Jenna, tell me a little bit about the time when you sat down with your parents, Susie and Joel. Shout out to them, by the way, if you're watching. Thank you
Shout out.
for encouraging this great talent on the universe. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
But yeah, like tell us about the time that you like sat down with them and you're like, okay, mommy and daddy, like I think we gotta go to Nashville, like for real, like now. Was that nerve-wracking? They were probably expecting it, right? Like what was like the vibe?
They were always so supportive and they wanted us to pursue our dreams, and so sitting down and talking to them about it was just, it was organic. They knew that we wanted to move to Nashville. I think the hardest thing is KK was 14 when we had that first conversation. And so the hardest thing is like, I became her legal guardian, things like that. Letting all three of your kids go at once is just hard, but they believed so much in our dream that they were willing to let us go. And they knew that we were hard workers, they raised us like that. And so they knew we were going to do the work it took to fulfill our dreams.
Yeah, I think they realized that we wouldn't be fulfilled if we weren't following our dreams, and Nashville is where we needed to be to follow that dream. So.
Absolutely. And something tells me, KK, that even though you're the youngest one, you're like, I don't know, I would follow you. I mean, like, I'll trust KK. You know what I mean?
100%. She's the boss.
Follow me unless I'm trying to directionally get somewhere because
She will get
I
lost.
will
confidently
We'll
go
get
the
lost.
wrong way though.
I confidently go the opposite way I should be going. So
She's bad with directions, but good with life.
But confident and a good leader.
I'll take that. I'll be lost, but but whatever.
Yeah.
we'll have fun. It's fine. It's an adventure.
Oh, I love it. I love it. By the way, KK, you briefly talked about this, but like when you moved to Nashville, you said you worked as a babysitter, you guys did all this sorts of stuff. Obviously there was the excitement of like, oh my God, we're here, but maybe some healthy like fear as well, right? Like,
Yeah.
tell us like a little bit about like, tell us guys about like that first month. You know what I mean? 'Cause,
Yeah.
like,
Good question.
That's a really good
That
question.
is good.
where did you go grocery shopping? Did you go to like Green Hills, Trader Joe's? Like what was like the whole thing?
Yeah. So when we first moved up, we were all in a little apartment, and I would go grocery shopping and do all the the house chores and everything, and we kind of divide up the responsibilities. But moving at such a young age, I was so excited, and honestly, I've never regretted it one bit. But there are the sacrifices that you make when you're that young, leaving my friends, leaving my family to pursue this dream. And so there were definitely moments of, loneliness and kind of adjustment. But the good thing was we had each other, and we were able to be there for each other and support each other and get through the hard times and appreciate the good times. We would eat the same meal for so long when we first moved there because we were on such a tight budget. We'd have spaghetti, Jiffy cornbread, and green beans, and we can't even think about that meal anymore because I would make it in bulk at the beginning of the week, and we just
burn
eat
it up.
it all week.
So every night.
So yeah, there were some ups and downs, but I don't regret one thing.
Totally.
And honestly, driving in a big city was a big thing because in Meridian, we didn't have to worry about interstates and all of that, like learning how to parallel park, all this new stuff with driving. It was like, it was
Driving
a lot.
was crazy.
It's so funny you say that, Jenna, because we used to do our show from Miami and we moved to Nashville last year, and for us it was like the opposite. We can't believe that there's like no traffic here.
I've driven in Miami and it was scary. So
Yeah, exactly. But that's because every night you go to sleep there, you can't believe you're alive. It's like a different scenario. Yeah.
Oh
my
God.
That's awesome. All in perspective, huh?
All in perspective. Absolutely. Ben, the last 12, 13 months, I guess, obviously hard for the world in general. lots of struggles for the world, but there's been some blessings in it, I mean, and I think for Track 45, the way you have engaged with your fans the past 13 months has been incredible to see. Listening to your music, engaging, discovering you guys. What was a moment in the past 13 months, maybe, where like you kind of like just looked at heaven and said, God, this is like your will, like you pinched yourself, you got goosebumps, something that you couldn't believe it?
Oh man, there's been several of those probably, but the biggest one probably was when we signed our record deal. It was a really big moment for us. When we moved to Nashville, we had this wall in our apartment, and we wrote down all of our goals on sticky notes, and we'd stick them on the apartment, and we'd start with the smallest goals, and then we work up to the biggest ones. And at the top of that was, one of the top sticky notes was sign a record deal. And so, we worked for that goal for seven plus years. And so the moment we signed that, even though it was in a pandemic, we actually, we got the news that we were going to sign with our dream label, BBR, in February, right before the pandemic. But of course, lawyers and stuff. So it takes months to negotiate. So finally we got it finished in July. So we actually signed it in July, and we did it virtually, which, could have been, I mean, I guess, we wish we could have been live, but you still pinch yourself, and you're so thankful, because that was just such a big dream for us. And to find a label that's as passionate about our music as we are, it was really, really special. So I think that's probably the main one.
Yeah, very surreal. Very surreal.
Yeah, absolutely. I can only imagine. That's so exciting, guys.
Yeah.
So the Small Town EP obviously came out last year. I mean, the way you wrote these songs, guys, it's just beautiful. I mean, the beginning of, I don't know, Come On In, right? It does almost feel like you guys are welcoming us to the pitcher of sweet tea. Like, it really feels like, okay, where are we going? Let's drink it up, right? Like, like, it's amazing how you guys like just crafted these songs. Jenna, what is generally the creative process with Track 45? I mean, does it start with the melody and then you go to the lyrics, or like what's like the puzzle? How does it start?
So it's always a little bit different, but I would say we each come in with ideas, and we kind of go through ideas, and we'll pick one, and we try to write, obviously, hopefully you can tell in our songs, we try to write about things that are personal to us, or at least one of us, and go from there, because we want our stories and our songs to be real so people can relate to them. But I would say it generally starts with an idea, and then we'll kind of bounce around melodies. These two are melody geniuses, and so I can brag on them. But yeah, we'll go with a melody and then kind of put it all together.
Yeah, it could honestly start from an idea, or an instrument hook, or just, it's all inspiration comes from different places. So
it makes it fun. It's always a little different.
I love it. And KK, we were talking about you and your acting chops. So this question's for you. I mean, a song like Meet Me Now, those are heavy lyrics. No, they really are. Like it's a strong, personable experience.
Yeah.
And sometimes, we've had a few actors here a bunch of times. We had Ashley Judd once, and we asked this question, and sometimes they say, like, man, like when we go into these characters, like it's hard to get out, like, because they go in so deep. Is it similar for a songwriter to just kind of like into this experience and get out, like, okay?
Yeah, I think to me, Met Me Now, especially a song like Met Me Now, is almost like, we kind of say it's like musical therapy, honestly. It's like getting to me, some people journal, some people write, some people talk. How I process things is music. So that's, through lyrics and through melodies, that's how I process things in my life, and that's how we tell our stories. And so to me, honestly, getting to sing that and play that is like I said, musical therapy. It's great. Yeah.
I take the long way just to go by your place. You still ain't fixed up that 99 in your driveway. I miss that flickering Porsche light dancing off your eyes. I wish I never left, just to prove I was right. Yeah, I was young and I was stupid, didn't know what I was doing, but I know what I would do if you would let me now. I'd be on a highway with you. closely. Maybe if only you had met me now, we would never be lonely. Wouldn't give you the old me. Maybe if only you had met me now, I'd be on the highway with you, saying what I meant to. I'd never let you down. I'd be holding on to what we had instead of holding it back. If I could find a way to rearrange the time somehow, if you had met me now, if you had met me now, if you had met me now, if you had met me now.
Okay, guys. So gonna give a quick shout out, by the way, to you guys have been so generous with your time, by the way. But a quick shout out to the amazing playlists that you guys have on Spotify. I mean, people need to write this down. If you're like listening to this and you're like totally hooked, get on this. Jenna's jams, Ben's bops, keeping up with KK.
That's right.
Okay, and if they sound like awesome like names, like it's because they are. But like the playlists are even better. I'm like, you guys are rocking it. So you guys are like good DJs. Why don't you guys are tastemakers, I would say. Why don't you, each of you, give us like a few songs that you're listening to now that like that are on the cutting edge that people need to know about?
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
man, on the spot.
I'll go first, so you can.
I'll go. You're gonna take mine. Okay, go
All right,
ahead.
you can go first.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
Ben's
there's a
bops.
song. There's a song by Jason Isbell called "If We Were Vampires," and it's not a new song, but it's a song that not enough people know about. I think it may be one of the greatest songs ever written.
Yeah, it's a great song.
And so I that's always one of my go-tos. But I also am loving the new. This isn't a niche deep cut, but the new Justin Bieber song "Anyone" is an incredibly written song, written by some of our friends. So I mean, it's that's a good one to check out.
Yeah, I would say that Anyone currently is on the top of my playlist as well. I kind of a song I was actually listening to the other day. I hadn't thought about it in a while, but I love the song called "Crack the Case" by Dolls, and it's I don't know, it's just a really peaceful song that kind of chills you out, and it's just the lyrics are really beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of a random one that I was listening to the other day. So.
What?
6'5".
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Favorite song right
goodness.
now.
Oh yeah.
We've been listening to 865 on repeat, the new
Yes.
Morgan Wallen. It's off the new Morgan Wallen album.
Shout out to our good
Oh,
buddy
Morgan Wallen.
John Byron who wrote
I
that.
think he's the only guy hotter than you guys in Music City right now.
I don't know
Like,
about that, but he is.
There's
on
not
fire.
many. There's not many.
What's
well,
that other song that came out? All My Friends.
Oh yeah.
All my favorite songs.
There's a new song that this guy right here has out with Weezer called "All My Favorite Songs" that just came out that he wrote on. Yeah.
And it's on my
check it out.
playlist. It's so
Look
good.
at that, Ben. Look at that. So modest. If it wasn't for KK, we would have missed that.
I know, yeah.
That's
Good
cool.
plug, KK.
That's cool. Ben, quickly tell us about it. Like, how long you been working on it?
So that's a song that I wrote with Ilse Juber, who's a legend, and Ashley Gorley, who's a legend as well. And then, we wrote it, I think, 2 Octobers ago. And then it got pitched around, and Weezer heard it. Rivers from Weezer heard it and fell in love with it. And, he added a little sauce on it. And thankfully, it's their new single. So it just
So
came out
good.
yesterday, and
Amazing.
I really love it. Excited for it.
By the way, I'm gonna have to start referring to time frames like that. It was 2 Octobers ago. You know.
Yeah, 2 October, 10 fortnights ago.
Yes, exactly.
Years ago.
Oh my God. Well, listen, Ben Johnson, KK Johnson, Jenna Johnson, you guys have said it all. It's been a true pleasure having you guys.
Thank you
Oh,
so
we
much.
appreciate
We
you for
appreciate you
having
taking the
us.
time. And,
Absolutely, guys.
we'll have to do
It's
this
been
again
great.
sometime.
Yeah, this was
Absolutely.
fun.
Really excited for everything that's coming your ways, and continued success.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Thank you.
All